In the last few weeks, there have been two significant documents released detailing the current station designs for the Metro line from St Mary's to Bradfield via the new airport, due to open in 2026. I have very mixed feelings about the station designs, and there has been little reporting done on them, so I thought I'd hit both birds with one stone. The first document is the St Mary's footbridge plan, covering the under construction new eastern footbridge connecting the train and metro platforms, as well as some public domain works to the north. The section of Harris Street outside the metro site office will be upgraded, as will the eastern and southern edges of the existing car park. I should imagine these public domain works will be similar to those found along the Sydenham extension, so nothing too objectionable there. There will also be a cycle shed delivered between the existing station and car park. The design of the footbridge itself looks sympathetic to the rest of the station, matching its style while still feeling bright and modern. And to be fair, I quite like the architecture. It will feature one new set of stairs, two escalators, and two lifts per platform, all connected by a wide concourse in the middle of the footbridge. I feel like, if anything, this concourse has been over-designed, and I question the need for two lifts and escalators per platform. Considering the current footbridge has lifts and stairs already and is to be retained, I feel one lift and only stairs would probably suffice here. I can't see this metro line ever being busy enough to necessitate the amount of infrastructure seen here, even with extensions to Schofields and Campbelltown. The southern end of the footbridge leads into the metro building. Speaking of which, the second document covers the designs of all of the out-of-airport metro stations, delivered by Parklife Metro, which is a consortium including the French government-owned Paris Metro operator RATP. St Mary's, like all of the other underground stations, is a station box, where the entire station is dug out and then filled in later. This means there's a lot of surface work to be done on top of the station itself. The surface structures at St Mary's include the station building to the west, along with another cycle shed, and the old railway goods shed, and two services buildings further east, with a large bus layover in between. West of the station building is being developed as a new public park leading to the existing station footbridge. Station Street will be rebuilt, with a shared path on half its length, 4 bus stands, and 3 raised crossings. The station building itself is a large blood-red structure with no proper walls as such, and a wooden warehouse-esque roof. Faregates will be located facing west on ground level next to Station Street, with passengers moving straight ahead to a bank of 4 escalators going down to a metro mezzanine level, or doing a U-turn to another bank of 4 escalators going up to the new footbridge. Again, these could probably suffice as stairs. 2 lifts in the middle of the building lead both up and down. The mezzanine level has 2 banks of 2 escalators leading to the island platform, which, like at all stations, is 4 cars long, with day 1 trains being only 3 cars long. The red colouring continues to the platform, and at least on the renders this produces a very dark environment, which I think should be avoided. The 2 services buildings have, in my opinion, a quite bland design, which is unfortunately something repeated throughout all of the other stations. Orchard Hills is where the line leaves the northern tunnel, with the station being relatively shallow. The station delivery will include a number of new roads in the area, with 2 pedestrian plazas crisscrossing the station. A cycle shed will be on the southern end of the station, with access via a shared zone on one of the plazas and shared paths on the perimeter roads, as well as a link to the line's active transport corridor to the water supply pipeline and, in the future, Luddenham station. There will be a small surface car park on the southern side, but the close development lots are reserved for buildings. 2 bus stands will be built near the station. The building itself looks, in my opinion, hideous, and more like a Bunnings than a station. It takes the form of a large green shed with a wooden roof, with entrances at both ends, both with fare gates, lifts, and 2 escalators leading directly to the platforms. Like St Mary's, the walls here are not substantial, and there are also skylights, so there'll be lots of natural light filtering down to the platforms. Again, like St Mary's, the green colour scheme continues throughout the station, with virtually no variation. The services building here looks like a Cold War bunker and is absolutely enormous. There is no attempt to make it in any way attractive to look at. Neither the station or services building have provisions for over-station development, which I think is a mistake. The depot is located between Orchard Hills and Luddenham, where the line runs on a surface alignment. It is sited between the running lines and a reservation for a future orbital motorway and freight line. On day one, it will include a small stabling yard, perway storage area, and a separate maintenance building. However, both can be expanded and space is available for an entirely new stabling yard as well. Optimistically, the depot includes a cycling end-of-trip facility to staff, but I'm not sure where they would be cycling from. Initially, 12 three-car trains will be stabled and maintained here, but capacity can be scaled up for 60 four-car trains. Luddenham is the only elevated station and the only station with side platforms. Its construction includes landscaping beneath the viaduct, as well as new local roads, a small surface car park, and a bus layover. The most adjacent lots are again reserved for building development. A potential future shared path will connect to the active transport corridor underneath the viaduct, and other shared paths will lead to the station's cycle shed, which is within the station structure. 2 bus stands are immediately outside the station. Louvered walls continue down the sides of the station, which has a concourse on ground level and stairs, escalators, and lifts leading up to the very wide platforms, which have wooden canopies. There is only one entrance here. A service building is located underneath the viaduct and is visually very non-intrusive. Bradfield is perhaps the smallest scale station on the project, which I find ironic considering it is set to become the centre of a new CBD. There are 3 surface buildings, 1 small combined cycle shed and service building to the south, a northern services building, and the station entrance in the middle. At least the station building is designed for future over-station development, possibly also the 2 service buildings. Between the southern services and station entrance lies a plaza, and the future central park will lie between the station and northern services building. Some new roads will be delivered, all with 2-way cycleways. The eastern road will house the rapid bus stands, and a small surface car park will lie to the south of the station. This project will ramp up very quickly in the coming months, with tunnelling recently finished and station fit-out beginning. Viaduct construction is ongoing, and I suspect trains are being constructed by Siemens, and track laying should also start too, with testing beginning either at the end of next year or the beginning of 2026. The line is due to open in late 2026, along with the airport. Please do let me know your thoughts on the designs, and thanks for watching.